Look at that. They got West Virginia tapping hammers here. So we have thousands of pounds of maple sugar that didn't meet the customer spec nor our spec, meaning something in the process wasn't right and we aren't 100% confident that there's no foreign material. We've made adjustments in our process going forward, so we have to deal with that, but we still got about, I don't know, $100,000 worth of maple sugar we got to convert back into maple syrup. Hopefully some of you need maple sugar, because I do have some maple sugar that's in a box that would pass any farmer's spec. It was made by farmers. It's just not going to meet our customers' moisture spec. So this is going to get reconstituted with permeate back into syrup, and lots of lessons were learned. So our process going forward, they're running today, like our sugar process is the best quality it's ever been. Pretty excited about that. We just got a lot of rework to do. So that's going to be my job. You guys don't have this empty yet? You guys don't have this empty? What are you doing? I got one water break, and you guys must have just took off. Did you guys take a cigarette break?
No, not yet. Need one though.
We got a guy welding in the back for our boiler, and we are shoveling sugar.
Yeah,
hungry. Green,
colors.
pink.
No, they have names. They're blue, purple, yellow.
There's only four. There's only four.
Purple, yellow, blue, and orange. Yes. But they have names.
Do they really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Nancy, Justin, and
Yes.
Randy.
Hungry. It's gonna get real fun. Making syrup, doing it backwards. This is what happens when there's too much moisture in your sugar. Holy cow. No wonder she didn't want to turn.
Right?
That's pretty caked in there. She's gonna work great now. Now I know why they say it's an easy clean, because you can actually get to it. Imagine chiseling that off the inside without an access panel. Wow. Michael and this ribbon blender are very, very close friends. So it just doesn't want to turn, right?
Correct.
So if you try to turn it on, what happens? That's it, buddy. This is why we keep asking for more horsepower. Holy cow.
Look up, you can feel how thick it is.
Like down underneath.
Stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it builds up on the bottom, and
Right. You can't get to it with
yeah, there's nothing to get under the ribbons with. Like this is a constant battle. So this is what Michael has to do all day, every day. And I did it for one day and I was sore. So we are making progress, but this is definitely a problem. What do you do? Just try it every now and then and see if it does anything? That's a big no. So I have a lot of sugar. Well, we have a lot of sugar that we work. And it's from early on in the sugar making process. You learn a lot of lessons that are expensive. And I think we've learned about a $120,000 lessons here. But these bins did not hold up. They're not industrial. I'm happy to get rid of those. But I have a lot of them full. I got some here, some here, some in here, some in here, even some in here. Oh boy, there's a lot in there. That's a lot of sugar. In here, heck, even in here. We even have 8 pallets here that, heck, we'll sell it to you, $5 a pound. Doesn't meet our customer's moisture spec, but this is the kind of sugar that everybody enters into the maple syrup contest that gives you the creep you want. But we need super dry. Even inside of here is bags. They're like little BBs. We sifted them out. They kind of look like, I don't know, wheat berries. The point is, we have a lot of maple sugar here that isn't usable. So instead of converting the sugar back into syrup so we can sell it, we're looking for people that buy maple sugar now and looking for a deal. Because if I sell it to you for $5 a pound or convert it back to maple syrup, you know, maple syrup's worth what, $2.50 a pound is organic. So it's gonna be worth more to you as a sugar product, a sellable sugar product, and more to us than converting it back to syrup. I hope that makes sense. So this is what happens when we convert it back. Use a little permeate, little maple sugar. Then we just check the density and filter it, and back to maple syrup it is. So one of the things we do with these conical bottom tanks, especially when reconstituting sugar back into maple syrup, maple sugar back into maple syrup is, on a conical tank we have to run a bubbler from the bottom, otherwise the solids will just settle to the bottom and then it won't get mixed in from the mixer. You can see I got air bubbling to keep the stuff off the bottom of the cone. So this is my air injection hose where I'm actually just putting a little bit of air pressure. This piece here I'm awful fond of because this came from the original Goose Island Brewery, but all we're doing is putting a little bit of clean air pressure. So these tanks are insulated, but then they also have a conical bottom. And if I don't inject air, what'll happen is all the solids will settle the bottom and it won't mix in. So all I'm doing is putting a little pressure, which keeps it bubbling and allows it to reconstitute. You can also see the piping's going in for our steam boiler. Super excited about having high pressure steam. So one of the things we'll do now is we'll have the lab check the density. Come with me, we'll go to the lab. Jody's gonna check the density and they will add the permeate to get it up to maple syrup. So this is Jody, this is her lab. Got these nice new doors from Steve Sample and Jordan Sample. So this is our lab. Jody, do you like the lab?
Yeah.
Look, she's made herself a home. She's got a nice little desk. So the auxiliary tank just needs to have it checked for density. I'm over density, so you guys will just have to add a little bit of water to get it right back to maple syrup, and then Chuck can filter it out. Okay. But let's take a quick tour. Thanks, Jody.
Welcome.
Take a quick tour here. Jody's lab. All sorts of stuff in here, and super excited about the lab. I've been looking forward to this day since I first started this. But one of the cool things here is our moisture tester. It'll check water activity and moisture on the sugar, which is, let's see if I can get you in the frame, sorry, which is really important. We're constantly monitoring for moisture. If you think about it, water activity is the enemy. Just wipe my face, sorry about this. Water activity is the enemy of shelf stability. So the lower and drier we make our sugar, actually the better our sugar can help a formulator make a product that's shelf stable. We're making what I call super dry SD sugar, and the SD sugar can absolutely, in a formulation for a food product, pull moisture out of other ingredients to help you with your shelf stability. That's an unintended benefit of this. Yeah, we have learned a lot of lessons very fast. I tell people we went to Maple Sugar College. Let me show you. So here's our sugar pots. Mike's our sugar daddy. And you can see we're just using burners on these 180 quart pots. If you're interested in these pots, I'll put a link down in the description below from Amazon. We don't make any money as an affiliate or anything, but we bought a lot of these pots. But our bottleneck at this point is we just got to keep syrup going. As you can see, I'll turn you around. We now have 6 burners running. So Dean and I finally finished because our bottleneck changed from heating syrup, or from sifting and cooling and everything else, to actually warming syrup. But we actually have a continuous process that I'll show you. I can't show you everything. I promised I would when I made this YouTube channel, but I've got some intellectual property that I cannot share because it is too important. We actually have developed a new way to make maple sugar that no one else is using, I guarantee you, and it allows us to run more efficiently, and the quality of our material is superior to what it was with what I call the old processes. Daniel Dismukes built us a temperature controller. He's like a genius. We duplicate our probes so we know where things are at. Guys have an app on their phone, so as they're moving around, they know their temperature. And Daniel also gave us a pad, like a what do you call them? Like a notepad or note. What do you call those things? Like an iPad that we use for our temperature. A tablet. That's it. So we have a tablet. So let me show you the other stuff. So this baby's just churning the sugar out. Looks beautiful today. She's a working. Big thanks to Ironside. They take care of all of our auger hoppers, ribbon blenders. So I'll turn you around. I can't show you everything. It's super secret, top secret. No one will ever know. I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Turn the auger down.
So this is a continuous process. You turn this guy down? Yeah. Okay, cool. But this is basically putting an almost finished product out in a continuous basis. It can definitely go a lot faster than this. I think we just have a lull in the process, but yeah, we can make, I don't know, 400 pounds an hour or something. I'm not even sure. So yeah, take it to the next step. Next step is we dump that bin in here. This augers it up to the sifter, and the sifter separates what we call oversize. These are all the pieces that make it through the sifter that do not make it through the sifter, that get rejected. And then the auger down here puts it up into the surge bin, and then they box it up. So they make their boxes ahead. Box super fast now. I mean, it's like, I don't know, they can do like a pallet every 30 minutes or something. I don't even know. We have this metal detector just to make sure that there is nothing in the process. Metal detector's great. Yeah, we didn't need it. It wasn't required. We put it in, and the first day we used it, somebody left a scoop in there. And this is when we were hand scooping instead of using the filler. And somebody left a stainless steel scoop in there. Metal detector found it, and you'd be shocked. That paid for it right there. I think that investment in that metal detector was 35, 40 grand, and it paid for itself the first day. And some here, and some here. These are them wheat berries I was telling you about. It's like a fine, it looks like almost looks like wheat. And then some here. Let's see what this looks like. This is all the stuff that the reject comes off the ribbon blender. See if I can get in there for you. Some here. We have lots of maple sugar to reconstitute, lots to sell you, and lots to make for you food manufacturers out there. We're in the Midwest. We are in the center of the Maple Belt. We have an advantage. Lower cost of living here. People can make livable wages. We pay health care. We're a good company, and our team's treated fair. And yeah, this is we're kind of fortunate. Sometimes you accidentally do the right thing, and buying an old GE factory in my hometown of Jefferson, Ohio, right off of Interstate 90, it turned out to be a really, really good move. Sometimes you do the right thing by accident. One of the other things I'll tell you is we've been coming in early, fighting through this, getting our process aligned, and it's early mornings. Like Zach's here at 5. We're here shortly after him. Last night we didn't leave here until 8:30 at night, and just to make sure today went even better. And we just continuously make improvements. And I've been working with my team. I kind of lost touch a little bit. I'll be honest, I'm sore. I'm sore from shoveling sugar. I mean, we emptied a bunch of bins to reconstitute sugar into syrup yesterday. And man, it helped me appreciate some of the things that my team's been fighting through. And yeah, it made me realize what an idiot I sound like when I'm like, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. And they're like crushing it. And I'm worried about little details that will work themselves out. But I appreciate my team putting up with me. And yeah, we have a good team. High tech, baby. Atta boy.
I can pull it back. My bare hand.
Bottom of the barrel. It'll fit. You just need one more on top to balance it.
Ah, there we go. That's thinking right there.
It's a well-oiled machine, this team here. Woo. So, do you even use a lighter, or you just wait for it to catch from the next one? You know, like your gas grill?
Yeah, you just open up the gas and eventually it'll go.
Or you just take a can of Pam and just go.
That would do it. Organic Pam. So he's fixturing his probes, the Daniel Dismukes probes, precision egg automation, duplication. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Yep. That'll burn your beard net there, buddy.
My eyebrow.
So one of the most important parts of this process is the pot cleaners. You got pot stirrers and then you got pot cleaners. And we got to get them all clean. So Chuck's got this running on a CIP, spray ball underneath, bringing hot water over, heating it up. And then, yep, they'll get it spick and span. Ready, and then they'll fill it up. So then they'll fill them up and get them ready for the next run. It looks like I have 2 beard nets on it, but I don't. So they'll continuously fill pots and run. Is this starting to do the goofy thing or what? Or it's working so well. It's so happy it's throwing sugar. How'd you guys manage that? That's extra sifting right there, breaking it up.
Well, last time I did that, it
pulled this up. It fell into the
And somehow didn't break.
yeah. Got lucky.
So we took this drive out of commission, and we're gonna have to just keep making sugar and dropping it into a hopper. So this is really irritating. All right, Dino's got the auger off. The auger turns free. The bearings are working beautifully, air purge bearings. But I guess, did you try turning the motor with it off there, Dean? See if it turned the gearbox? Hold on. You want me to see if it'll turn the gearbox?
the Electra.
Yeah.
I already tried that.
It didn't work?
No,
Okay.
not.
Might be a junk motor.
No.
Okay. Dino's on the ground. You said this is definitely working.
Yes. Yes.
So we swapped out motor and gearbox. It's either the gearbox or the motor. We don't know.
Gearbox.
All right. Good job, guys. So these auger hoppers are definitely important to our process. And we're learning about them. The maple sugar pipeline. It's 6-inch. There you go. Just a continuous flow of maple sugar. It's kind of cool. Let me see if I can get you some light. There you go. Just a running, baby. Just every now and then, like a chunk will come flying out. See it? But pretty slick. But one of the things the sifter does is it unifies or makes the powder uniform. So it'll drop into here as basically a powder, very small particulate. But the screen inside, there's a drum, there's a screen, it's like a drum, and inside there's paddles that turn, and it basically just beats the crap out of the sugar, but you get something called oversize. So this is oversize, and this is what doesn't make it through the sifter. See how fine it is? And this is rejected by the sifter. So what we did is we bought this guy. Fill her up, buddy. Let her rip, tater chip. Austin and I are just gonna keep feeding this little grain mill Then every time we get a bucket, we're going to throw it in this feed auger. It's that simple. To give you an idea, at $7.25 a pound, we've been making a lot of it, you know. This is Zach's favorite part. He likes the deck blow hammer. So Zach's feeding this, which is feeding the sifter. Feeding the auger hopper, which is feeding the surge bin, and the surge bin is feeding the filler. The box is weighed to the really close to it's 40 pounds. The machine does really well. We might have to make a little adjustment. Box taper, metal detector, and onto the pallet. Everybody's chipping in to get out on this. We're gonna have a 4-day weekend because honestly, we've earned it. And everybody's out working. Office staff, the whole team. There's no one that's above anything here. And if you have a company with people that are above things, you got to do something about it because that is the wrong attitude. I will do anything. Clean toilets, get my arms anywhere into the muck. Doesn't matter. And if I'm willing to do it, it means anybody here should be willing to do it. Like my lumber drying up there. It's going to be an office for Jess and her staff up above there in the mezzanine. And I'm drying some lumber that we milled out of our sawmill. It's pretty cool. We invented a new way to make maple sugar. That's not easy to do because it doesn't always work perfectly from theory to, you know, a bench test to actual. And yeah, I was always told by brewers that going from a pilot brewery to a large brewery, it doesn't always act the same. I can confirm that if you make your maple sugar in a small pilot test and then move it to large scale, you'll have some tweaks to make to keep your quality where it needs to be. But Dean, Austin, Mike, Zach, Jody, Chuck, Michelle, Lexi, Taylor's in there, Brandy's in there. Justin, heck, even I helped a little bit. So you do it 5 times or 6?
I do it
I gotcha. Close. It's good. No metal. What?
Dump that bucket to shred.
No, we're gonna mix them all together. That baby's full. What are you gonna do, dude? I'd help you, but I gotta film it.
Yeah, that's great. Hey.
Is that the end, Dean? Holy smokes. We can box it a lot faster than we can process it on a continuous process, but hey, we'll work on that. Anyways, thanks for stopping by Bissell Maple Farms YouTube channel. Hope you have a great weekend. Catch you on the next episode. Let me clip a GoPro to that.
What?
I'm gonna clip a GoPro to that and face it right at you.
No. I am